Major Mohammed Ali Shah, defense expert, joins us on the program to give his perspective on this matter. Ali, important to understand that the first step towards establishing any kind of peace between Ukraine and Russia is the initiative of conversation. But how is that going to take place if one side is going to ban it?
No, Preet, you are absolutely right. For peace anywhere, be it anywhere in the world, we need dialogue. We need people to sit together on table and have a dialogue and talk. We need a mediator who could mediate between, like, for example, the interlocutors. Interlocutors' job is basically to get the two warring parties together on the table and to talk. But when there is absence of interlocutors, what do? Then there is, because people have come forward to try to get peace, and I'm sure both the nations want peace in the heart of hearts, but that's not coming because obviously when you fuel the fire too much, when you are constantly supplying aid, saying we are helping out a particular nation, and then it's actually adding fuel to the fire. So most certainly both the nations want peace. The common man in Russia and Ukraine wants peace. Maybe their militaries also want peace at the end of the day. Maybe the political parties also want peace, but it's not happening. Why? It's not happening because there is a lot of, when there's a fire on, it's very difficult to douse that fire. Only when you put water, it can be doused. But if you go on putting kerosene or petrol or putting fuel to it, it will not get doused. It will only go further and further and it will not get doused. That's the same thing that's happening in Russia-Ukraine war, Preet. The very fact is, only when, and I see India can play a very good role as a peace broker here. I mean, I don't find many other nations tried. They tried the best, but they didn't succeed. India can do it because India has shown a small trailer when the war had just started. There was a humanitarian corridor provided which was given because of India's intervention when there was a ceasefire. And we had launched a very successful operation where people had come back to our homeland, and there were other foreign nations as well. So most certainly we need the interlocutor over here. It's very, very important, but which I don't see it happening at the moment right now.
Right. Ali, what do you think India can do in this conflict? The Prime Minister made a statement, a very diplomatic statement about how the conflict needs to end for the world to move on. Do you think there is a chance that Ukraine and Russia will appreciate India brokering this peace?
Well, that's a very good question, Vineet. See, for the G20 summit we saw President Zelensky from Ukraine. He would have come to India. He was ready to come. But at the same time, people also wanted him to come. But we felt that, by him coming here, it might just hijack the entire agenda of G20. So that was a different thing. He finally did not come. But now, Russian President Putin was to come again, but he sent his representative over here. And so, most certainly, see, India has a very good relationship with Russia. At the same time, we have a very good relationship with Ukraine as well, and we are neutral parties at the same time. So what India can do, we have been trying our best, but ultimately it rests on President Putin. And I would not say President Zelensky over here. I would say President Joe Biden. I would say that because ultimately it's a proxy war, which Russia and America are fighting with Ukraine in the middle. And I feel sorry for poor Ukraine. I mean, they are just being used as a shield for this war. So what India can do, India can. So India has emerged as a global power, global leader, especially after G20 and the influence that India has shared. We saw that with the inclusion of the African Union. 55 nations in the African Union in G20, which is a master stroke by India actually. And we already had the European Union of 30 countries already there. Now we had. So most certainly India can, after G20, we've emerged stronger. Most certainly I see that India can call for a dialogue. I hope that happens very soon, Vineet.
Ali, appreciate you joining us on